With the first pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select quarterback Jamarcus Russell, LSU.
Five and a half, 260 pounds. You saw him throwing his knees over 60 yards. Jamarcus Russell, who last year threw for over 3,000 yards, 68%, 28 TDs and only 8 interceptions, played big in the big games, and now he's the #1 overall pick in the 2007 draft, making it 8 of the last 10 years a quarterback going #1, Mel.
And you're right, look at this, Boone. Oakland taking a guy like Matt Leinart or Jay Cutler last year, they could have taken Calvin Johnson, but the quarterback situation the way it is right now, Jamarcus Russell is going to immediately energize that Raider Nation, that fan base, that football team on the practice field, in that locker room. 3 years from now, you could be looking at a guy who's certainly one of the elite top 5 quarterbacks in this league. And I think when you look at the difference between Brady Quinn and Jamarcus Russell, everybody says it's the superior physical ability. Brady Quinn's a big guy. Nobody has an arm like Jamarcus Russell, and the mobility is a little underrated. I think that slow, deliberate motion is a concern. Having great receivers running wide open, the NFL, that's not going to be the case. Obviously, he'll need a little time, but you're talking about a 2 to 3 year period once he's under center. Look out, because skill level that he has is certainly John Elway-like.
With the 22nd pick in the NFL 2000 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Brady Quinn, quarterback, Notre Dame.
So Brady Quinn does go to the team coached by Romeo Crennel, who was the coordinator of New England on defense, but Charlie Weiss was the offensive coordinator, and they won Super Bowls. Sometimes stories take a long time to have a happy ending, but this truly became a bedtime story for Brady Quinn, but in the end, a pleasant one.
Phil Savage had to be shocked when Miami passed him. I think who would expect that he'd have the opportunity to do this? Give him credit for jumping up and getting into the first round and getting the quarterback that, in my mind, is a perception maker for the Cleveland Browns. Good job.
With the 22nd pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Johnny Manziel, quarterback, Texas A&M.
This is better than the movie Draft Day. I'm telling you. I like the fact Cleveland came back up and got the young quarterback. This kid needs a little time. He is not a finished product. Johnny Manziel has 2 years of football left at Texas A&M. He came out early. But this is a legitimate dual threat. I hope he likes the cold weather. He has humongous hands for a 6-footer, and he's going to need him throwing the ball next to Lake Erie. But this will really get the crowd base excited.
Tampa Bay has traded the 5th pick to Jacksonville. With the 5th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Justin Blackmon, wide receiver, Oklahoma State.
Well, it's Brandon Whedon's main go-to guy. Blackmon, 40 touchdowns in a little more than 2 years. 40 touchdown receptions for Oklahoma State. And you guys both know him. Is he the A.J. Green or Julio Jones talent of a year ago who went this high in the draft? He's a little different, but he's a guy that the ball is near. You're not getting it out of his hands, right, Mel?
You're not, Boom. He's not to the level of A.J. Green and Julio Jones, not as physically gifted. He's 6'1", about 207 to 210. Ran a 4.48, which is faster than a lot of people in the league thought he would run. They were thinking 4.55 for Justin Blackmon. You look at the highlights of Justin Blackmon, you're talking about a kid who was about the team.
Every now and then you get a guy like this.
With the 3rd pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Trent Richardson, running back, Alabama.
So the Cleveland Browns, 4-12 a year ago, in a division where you got to figure out a way to move the ball against the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, all of whom made the playoffs. The Browns had a woeful offense. Poor Colt McCoy, the Peyton Hillis, that's a story unto itself. They couldn't run it, they couldn't throw it. You're going to have bad weather, and this is a franchise that had the great Jim Brown. So why not go and get a running back who many feel is an Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson potential type, a unique running back.
Browns with the 8th pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. The Cleveland Browns select Justin Gilbert, defensive back, Oklahoma State.
The first defensive back of the draft goes, while Manziel still sits in the green room. Justin Gilbert was the apple of the eye of Mike Pettin and Ray Farmer and crew in Cleveland. Your thoughts, Mike Mayock?
Understand that Mike Pettin is a former defensive coordinator. Mike Pettin is used to having a shutdown corner. I actually thought the kid was going to Minnesota and Mike Zimmer, but in the same spot, Cleveland comes up and get him. And Rich, when you draw it up, when you draw a corner up, he's 6 feet, 202 pounds, 33-inch arms. He ran 4.37.
With the 7th pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Kevin White, wide receiver, West Virginia.
And the Bears have just won the Super Bowl. Listen to this crowd. I guess that's who the fans wanted. And so Kevin White, who certainly can burn, he had one unbelievable year, as you guys will talk about. His body of work unknown beyond the 1 year, but he certainly was an eye-opener and then some for the Mountaineers.
Well, he was, Boom. You look at him 2 years ago, 2013, for West Virginia, he had 35 catches. Comes into this year, you're waiting to see Kevin White emerge. Remember, he was a former junior college transfer coming out of Lackawanna Junior College. 109
Dolphins. With the 3rd pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Deion Jordan, defensive end, Oregon.
It wasn't for Lane Johnson. It's Deion Jordan, the Oregon Duck, whose former college coach is now on the clock in Philadelphia. He is now going to South Florida. They did not trade up to fill the Jake Long slot after all. They went ahead and got Deion Jordan.
Here's something for you. Do you think they can also get Brandon Albert? Miami, do you think they can go get Brandon Albert also?
From the trade from the Mike, this is all about going to get Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
That's what this is about.
Yeah.
We gotta go get Tom Brady, put pressure on Tom Brady.
They have to have a plan though for left tackle. And the other thing is, this young man that's walking up here, Deion Jordan, I think he's got the potential to be the player that I compare him to, which is Jason Taylor, who ironically played for the Miami Dolphins. I also think he looks a little bit like an Aldon Smith.
Yep.
And if he puts on 20 pounds on that 6'7" frame, someday he might even be good as a DeMarcus Ware.
With the 3rd choice in the 2006 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Vince Young, quarterback, University of Texas.
Now, if the Tennessee Titans can figure out how to play 4 or 5 games in the Rose Bowl every year, they'll go undefeated. Because every time he plays in the Rose Bowl, he's unbelievable. So, it's Vince Young and not Matt Leinart, USC, alma mater of Coach Jeff Fisher, where the offensive coordinator, Norm Chow, has worked. This time it was Young. Remember, this is a team that let Steve McNair sit for a couple of years, learn how to do it, and he did it awfully well. They're going and willing to be patient, and that was part of the decision for Vince Young.
That's right, Chris, and it's been interesting because everybody's knowing what the public differences are. But General Manager Floyd Reese, who has the authority to make this decision, has always